What's it really like being in a long distance relationship with a Filipina or an LDR? And this is probably not just a Filipina, but any type of LDR relationship. As far as I'm concerned, the short answer is that it's tough. And that should be pretty obvious. It's because you're not seeing this person every day. You don't experience the in-person growth. I mean, if you're in an LDR and the person that you're seeing, has a child or something like that, you don't get to see that child grow like that. And I mean, if they're growing, but you're not there to see it. I mean, you can see it probably on video, but you don't get to experience that, long term. And you're not immersed in the culture, or the language, like you would be if you were there, 24/7. Although I have seen vloggers who have been there, say in the Philippines, for example, for over a decade, and they still don't know the language. I mean, sometimes as you get older, when you're older, you really don't, you really just don't get to pick up language that quickly anyway. And and the good thing about the Philippines is that the people there speak, conversational English, and as you're with that person, they actually get, especially if they're younger, they get to know English better than as opposed to even learning their language. But if you try to really learn it, I'm sure you can. But again, you're not immersed in the culture, the language. When you're in an LDR, you miss birthdays, you miss holidays or special events. OFWs experience the same thing. Overseas foreign workers, they same thing. Even the young ladies that work in bars, they never go home. They usually just earn money and they send money, back home. Or even if you're in the military, it's the same thing. So I would consider it or see it as something like that. You're not, you're just not there all the time. I mean, my saving grace is, again, I got my own business. I at least can get there once a year. Twice a year has been my max. I would like to increase it to at least 3, and I always stay a month at a time. But that's the tough part mainly. I mean, you don't see that person every day as you would if it was, say, someone here, someone that was local. I mean, the good thing about that is I could say, being there, overall, the Philippines can be boring day to day. I mean, it's not like you're off jet setting every single day. The cost of living is cheaper, but you really don't. You could definitely run out of money pretty quickly if you're just jet setting every day, things like that. But if you eat like the way the locals eat, you're not going out all the time, then when you're not spending that much money, it's a pretty good life. And if you're the type of person that's kind of laid back, you're not really used to city life, then it will work out for you. I don't like staying home all the time, but every day doesn't have to be an adventure. But day-to-day life in the Philippines, I mean, it can be boring. So coming back after a time makes everything fresh. I mean, another good thing is you can spend your time grinding without somebody yapping about not spending time with you, things like that. So those things are good. I look forward to the trip, not looking forward to that long trip, but just looking forward to the trip because I work all the time. So, taking that break, is good. I mean, the very first time I went, I found out after that was like my first vacation, and I don't know, maybe decades, I found out that I didn't know how to relax. I didn't really know how to rest. So when you're there, it's very laid back, and I don't even live in a big city where I am in South Florida, but it's even slower when you go to the Philippines. I mean, it's busy. People are busy doing things, but it's still laid back and it's still slow. As far as how to make that long distance relationship work when you're living, well, for me, I live in the U.S., and and my wife is in the Philippines, so far I could say have to add that, because you just never know. We make it work by communicating daily. We video call maybe twice a day, and it can be longer if she's working, and that's something to consider, because some people would say, well, I want my wife working. We can't apply our Western values that we have here in the United States to there, because in the Philippines, a normal working week is really 6 days a week, about some 7 to 7. They have long days and they work every day. So coming home, if you're going there and the expectation is my wife isn't, she's going to be working. If that's the case, she's really not going to have a whole lot of time for you. She's going to be tired, and if you don't know your way around, it can be a boring visit. If your expectation is that your wife is working, or your fiance or girlfriend is working, she won't be able to take off like that either. Because again, opportunities are very scarce over there. So if she's out for a day or two, they'll just hire somebody else. So that's something to consider if you're going to have a long distance relationship. But that would be another video. Another thing that we do is, again, to keep this thing working, is to discuss needs and goals for the future. Hopefully the person that you're with isn't the type of person that wants to be a layabout. My experience has been Filipinos are very proud people, and including the women, particularly the young women, they don't want to just sit there. They do enjoy, taking care of the home, and things like that, but they also find it as an obligation to take care of siblings, or to take care of their family, take care of their parents. The Bible says to honor your father and your mother. That includes taking care of them in their old age, and that's a big deal over there. So, but then to do that, they don't always want to depend on you. They do want to work and have their own thing going, and that's also something to consider. You want the person that you're with to be better than when you found them if things don't work out. But if things do work out, and it can, it's a good chance that it can, because the culture over there is different. They encourage family, they encourage staying together, and so they want to be a help and not a hindrance. Not a real helpmeet, not just someone who's just there with their hand out and making you to be an ATM. So if you want to make that long distance relationship work, you have to make sure, at least for your part, you're looking at how can not only I make this person better for myself, but make them better for their own selves. Got to keep their minds rolling, and that type of thing, or thinking that way, it's like they feel needed, they feel involved, they feel useful. And you need that also. You just don't want a person that's just on you as arm candy, but someone who can actually contribute to your life, someone that also makes your life easy. And the hardest part about leaving the Philippines after every visit, again, I'm there for a month. At least that's the way it's been so far. You just really miss the daily intimacy, of course. You miss that affection. You miss the respect. You miss the warmth, of that. And again, it doesn't get old, because you're only there for a month. Then I have to go back. It's going to take a couple of months for me to come back. So, but again, you miss that, especially if you feel like you're invisible, say in the United States or something like that, wherever you're from. But of course, if you're getting that elsewhere, then you don't really care. So because once you get back, you're just back to grinding again. And another hard part about leaving is that whole long trip back home. That 13-hour trip. Man, that's a killer, because it's always like, man, I've done this already. I look forward to going, but going back, that's hard. But then it's back to life. It's back to reality, as the song goes. But looking forward to the grind again at the same time. Who knows, maybe in the future things will change, but for right now that's just the way it is. It's not ideal. You could even say it's abnormal, as Sunshine Shoulders has said, but it's what it is for right now. Am I happy about the situation? Not happy about the situation, but happy about the relationship. But to each his own. But if you're intending on going this route, those are just some things to consider. And every man has to determine if it's worth it for him. So that's all I just wanted to talk about. And what's it really like being in a long distance relationship with a Filipina. It's tough, but it is manageable. And if it's something that you want to do, there's just a lot of things that you just have to consider. Until a time comes to where maybe you can just be there full time if that's what you choose to do. It's not something that I think I want to do right now. 3 to 6 months maybe, but it just depends on how business goes. But anyway, I want you to leave a comment, let me know what your experience has been. Thanks for watching.